Hey book club, Dan here from One Man Book Club. I want to share with you The Night Gardener by Jonathan Auxier. Yay for great middle grade. It's so hard to find great middle grade books. So many middle grade stories are either too simple or too complex for their audience. It's a really tricky age because there's such a disparity in reading ability between 8-year-olds and 12-year-olds. Writing a story that is within reach of the weakest of the readers in that age group, but able to hold the interest of the strongest middle grader takes a really special skill. And so when I come across authors and their stories who hit that sweet spot, I make a point to celebrate them. And I've recently discovered Jonathan Auxier, spelled A-U-X-I-E-R, French pronunciation Auxier. He describes himself as an author of strange stories for strange children. I love it. That sweet spot, he's found it. Now, I've been cruising through his books this month, so I keep being impressed. This is the first one of his that I read. So let's talk about The Night Gardener, and then let's celebrate Jonathan Auxier and his wonderful middle grade stories. Like I said, I picked this up recently, back around Halloween, from a friend. It's great, by the way, when you have friends who know what you'll like. It's the story of two Irish immigrant children who've lost their parents and are trying to make their way in Victorian England. They hear of possible work at a crumbling old Windsor manor, so they make their way to it despite warnings from the locals to stay away, it's haunted. Beggars aren't choosers, so they take their chances with creepy in favor of food. Now, they find the house as creepy as advertised, ivy-choked walls and windows, a sagging moss-covered roof, an enormous and ancient gnarled tree that seems to have actually grown into the house. The occupants are a couple and their 2 children who all seem to be off in hard-to-put-your-finger-on ways. They don't, for example, look anything like their family portrait. And what's behind the locked green door? And why does the tree grow into the walls of the house? And who's making those noises at night? Shiver, chills, forbidding, wondrous? Absolutely. It's got all the very finest ingredients for a fun and spooky tale that would be perfect for Halloween or any time. I love the relationship between the brother and the sister in this story, and I love the messages in the story about the dangers of greed and power of family love. A reoccurring theme was the difference between a story and a lie. And I loved that everyone had mistakes to make, lessons to learn, and heroes to become. There is real spookiness here, but I will say there's no content concerns. Best for 10 and up, but parents should be thoughtful if you have more sensitive middle grade readers. This is The Night Gardener by Jonathan Auxier. Happy reading, everyone.